all great coaches, college or pro, have one thing in common, or can you win 10 different ways in this sport?
I really think when it all comes down to it, of course, that's a tough question, but my answer would be to be, it's not concise, let's put it that way, but they all have this in common. They're always, no matter what you perceive them to be or whatever, a lot tougher behind closed doors. And it's a demanding job, NFL football, and you have to find a way to make players go out in the field and work harder than they really want to. Wouldn't players love to go out there and go, Coach, don't worry, I got it today. I'm just going to take it easy. I'll turn it on Sunday. And what player wants to go in there every morning at 7:30 and start learning basically a whole new language for the game that's coming up? It's not natural. So successful coaches have a way of making players keep striving every single week. Now, there's lots of ways to do it. I always say this, the Tony Dungy way, where if you didn't do your job, you really felt bad that you were letting Tony Dungy down because you thought so much of him as a person. There's the Bill Parcells way, the Jimmy Johnson, the Don Shula, the Bill Belichick. Hey, you do your job, or I'll find somebody else, and I'm not talking about next year. I'm talking about next week. And I said that this week in the Patriots game, and it's not an overstatement. I don't care who you are. Last year, I can't remember the exact game, Chandler Jones, who's arguably their best pass rusher, number 1 draft pick for the Patriots, he let a run get outside, and he had the force. In other words, he's supposed to make sure the run goes back inside. Well, he lost his starting job for 4 weeks because of that. They just said, hey, next guy up, we'll get somebody in there to keep him from running outside. And Chandler Jones had to go on the practice field. Of course, he still played some and had to keep proving that he was not going to let them down with a simple, fundamental technique in crunch time. And that's what separates these coaches. I'm telling you, that's what really separates Bill Belichick. And the last thing about him, he's a defensive coach, right?
Yeah.
Well, what have the Patriots been for many, many years now?
Offensive team.
Well, you think that he goes, the rule changes, the league is changing, everything we're doing, I got to take advantage of these things on the offensive side. And do they have I love this. Here's my other, what do you call it, catchphrase or whatever people say that is so untrue. One of my pet peeves. Well, Tom Brady just doesn't have the talent around him that some of these other quarterbacks do. And it's completely untrue, and it's false. And I'm not going to say it's stupid, but it's close to it. You think Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola are not great slot receivers? Oh, and he's got Gronkowski. Now he's got another unbelievable running back out of the backfield who can catch it. And then put Josh McDaniels in all the plays. And, that's right. And by the way, ever since Tom Brady's been in New England, the one thing Bill Belichick has always done, he's always kept a very good offensive line around him.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Tom Brady's got enough to work with there, Colin, if you kind of get my drift.